guys, thanks for joining me on a quick card tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to make a card using the Dino Days stamp set. This is a stamp set that has carried over from our last catalog into our new catalog, and it's super cute, super fun set. I've used it a few times. So what I'm going to make today with this is a birthday card. I'm using it for a birthday card, but it could totally be used for any kind of like celebration, good job type card. I do want to kind of warn you guys a little bit that I am going to film without editing and just do a straight upload. So forgive me for anything that might seem out of the norm. So, okay, let's get started with this card.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, Ellie.
I look like you.
Okay, so like I said, I'm using the Dino Day stamp set.
Hi, everyone.
I did have this like image in my head of what I wanted my card to look like. So I went to it and I came up with this. This works. It's the gist of what I was aiming for. However, it is not, it's not enough for me. I just feel like it could have had more. I could have done something different. Like it just feels very flat to me. So I played with the set a little bit. I changed my colors and I came up with something different. So what we are going to make today is what I came up with after my, I'm going to call this my prototype. So I just want to show you this just to show you that sometimes what you envision and what you make the first time is not what you end up with, or maybe what you're satisfied with, and that is a-okay. So let's get started with the actual card that I envisioned. So setting that aside, I'm going to pull out a couple stamps here and get them on clear blocks. So I'm going to use this little leafy thing. I'm going to use this, I don't know what you call that. I would say that's like a long neck, but this one right here is the long neck. My son, who is all about dinosaurs, would know exactly what this one's called, but I don't. I'm sure he's some type of Vegisaurus though, because he just looks like a kind of little fellow. Okay, so the first one I'm going to mount here is this kind of leafy thing. Here I have some, this is thick Whisper White cardstock. So the reason I'm using thick is because this is going to be the card, like the bulk of the card, and I want it to have a little bit more weight to it. So usually I use my Whisper White, but it doesn't need that much weight because I add multiple layers. I'm not adding multiple layers to this card. So I just went with the thick to give it a little bit more weight. I use my bone folder to give it a nice crisp fold. And then I'm going to take another piece of my scrap background paper, and I've folded my background in half, and I'm just gonna put it here like so, because I want to stamp on this, but I'm gonna do some stamping off of the paper, and so I just find this to be the easiest way to make sure that I don't get it anywhere that I don't want it. So I am using, this is Mango Melody. It's the first color we're using, and I'm just gonna dab up this little leafy thing, and I'm not too worried about like the pattern, the placement, kind of just moving it around. I'm gonna stamp it all over this because this is gonna serve as my background. So I do, as much as it's not symmetrical, I do want it to look, you know, like even spacing throughout and all that jazz. Okay. And I'm gonna do a little bit more here on the bottom. Do one up here. And kind of want this one like, that way it just has a little bit right there on the edge. And I'm gonna call that good. I kind of want one more here. I don't know if it'll work. We're gonna leave it. We're gonna leave it alone. Sometimes I add that one extra one and then it throws the whole thing off. So I'm just gonna leave it. Use my chamois to clean up as I go. Also putting I have to clean up as I go because I'm really good at losing my stamps, guys. It's a talent I've developed. So I try to be really mindful about cleaning up as I go. Okay, so now we have the background here. Okay, I'm using a strip of 1 inch by 5 1/4. This paper comes from the like Forever Greenery Suite. You know what? I have a catalog right here, so let me just look it up for you really quick. Okay, I know paper's towards the back, so we'll work backwards. Okay, it is this paper right here, and it is, yeah, Forever Greenery. Look at that. Okay, so that's where that paper is from. So again, this is 1 inch by 5 1/4. So I'm gonna grab my snail. I'm still using snail. I know that it's discontinued and we have different adhesive now, but my order was delayed, so I don't have our new adhesive yet. But when I do, I will definitely be using our new adhesive. For today though, I'm using snail. And I am gonna link the new adhesive, the one that's available, not the snail. So if you guys look at the link and wanna shop my page, you can, and you will get the current adhesive that we offer. Okay. This is Seaside Spray cardstock, and so I'm putting my little dinosaur on there. I'm grabbing some coordinating Seaside Spray ink, and we're just gonna stamp this little guy. Just dab him up a few times. Put him right there. There you go. And this is meant to have like a little bit of dimension. So it looks like maybe I didn't gather a whole lot of ink right there across his belly, but that is intentional. That's the way the stamp was designed. So this is a good stamp. We did it. Okay, again, cleaning up as I go. Let me put this little guy away. And then I'm gonna pull out the Big Shot for the next steps. So if you guys have been following along and you're not, and you're familiar with Stampin' Up, you know that Stampin' Up just came out with their own die cutting and embossing machine, but it's not yet available. So I am gonna use the Big Shot. However, I am gonna use new dies that are available for you to purchase on my shopping page. So I'm just moving the Big Shot over here. Hopefully you guys can see that. Okay, and then I have some of this So Saffron. This is So Saffron Yellow, and I'm gonna grab my dies. And I'm also going to grab some washi because I want the die to stay. I don't know if it's because my plates are really worn or if it's just, I don't know, the way the machine works. But when I was making this earlier, I noticed that the little dinosaur guy kept hopping around as I was trying to die cut him. So I'm just gonna line this die up right there. And I'm gonna, yeah, that looks good. Okay, and then I'm just grabbing some retired washi to get that going. Reach over here for my magnetic base and my sheets, and you'll see how loved these plates are. So it could very well be an issue with my plates. I didn't want to order new plates though because I knew we were really close to you know, the new machine, and that's what I wanted. I wanted the new machine. Okay, so this die comes from the Dino dies that coordinates with the stamp set, and then I'm using this circle with the stitched kind of look to it, and this comes from our Stitch Shapes. And this one I'm putting on that So Saffron. So I don't have to use washi for this one because I don't care if it moves. It's a basic shape. So I'm just gonna roll these through. Okay, let me get the machine out of my way. Get my cuts here, move this. All right, so now I have this really pretty circle with the stitching on the edge that I'm gonna use, and then this guy pops right out, and so we've got ourselves a dinosaur and a little circle. And let me, again, you guys, I have to clean up as I go. I will lose it, I know I will, because you know, it would make sense, like, put it away when you're done crafting, but when I get done, like when I get done shooting this video, I'm gonna be like, I'm done, and I'm gonna walk away and leave a mess on my desk, and that's gonna be that. So, okay, so I'm just gonna make sure I get all my little pieces off. Okay, I'm using the old olive ink pad, and this time I'm using the Your Roarsome sentiment. Okay, and I'm kind of gonna line up my circle here at the top of one of these grid lines, and then I'm gonna center it up between the grid lines where it falls, because I'm gonna use that to kind of guide me in my placement, because I want my words, I don't want them to look crooked once I stamp them on. And the way they're laid out, it just kind of naturally falls a bit crooked. So there we go. That's that. And then let me clean this guy up and put him away. And okay, and I think that's all the stamping we're doing. So okay, that's that. All right, now we get to assemble, I think. Where'd it go? Where'd I put it? Oh, there it went. Okay, here's our card, here's our pieces. So now we're just gonna assemble this guy, and just a few finishing touches and we're good to go. All right, I'm gonna flip this guy over. Put this guy over here. I just wanna make sure that my, again, I want my word sentiment to kind of be straight, so I'm just gonna try to be kind of careful with that one. I'm gonna flip my little dino upside down. These are the mini dimensionals, so they're really tiny. Here, let me show you, because we're gonna use both sizes, so I'm just gonna show you what, I got two. Okay, this is the regular size of a regular dimensional, and this is a mini, just for comparison, so you guys can see the difference there. So I'm gonna put a regular one right in the center of his belly, put a middle on his tail, and then another little one over on his cabeza. And so that'll make him pop up, look super cute, give a little bit of added interest to our card. And I'm just gonna line him up. I'm gonna put him maybe right there. Yeah, I think that's good. I think that's awesome. Okay, so I'm going to, just for finishing touches, because you guys know I don't like naked envelopes, and I can't ever not put something extra on my card, whether it's ribbon or glitter, something. So today what I'm going to use are in color enamel dots. Usually I have my take your pick tool, but I don't have it handy, so I'm just going to use my bone folder. I'm going to use this, gosh, I can't even remember the name of the color. It's our new something cinnamon. Okay, and I'm just gonna put one here. I'm gonna use 3. So I'm just gonna put one there. Oh, I'm so glad that we didn't stamp that other little leaf bunch, because that would have really drowned out my little guys there. Okay, so yay! So here's the card. So I'm gonna go back, let's pull this one over so you guys can see. So you can see how they are essentially the same card. I mean, it's a background stamped image, it's the same sentiment, the same dinosaur, same DSP. You know, but just by changing the colors and changing that background sentiment, it just looks, this one really fell flat to me, and this, I feel like it's fun, it's playful, it's colorful, and it just kind of stands out. So, you know, if you ever create a project and you're like, this is not exactly what I envisioned, or you just know you can take it to that next level, go with your gut, try it, change the colors, change the stamp, change whatever it is that you feel we'll take it to that next level. You know, it's your project and you should walk away from every project feeling accomplished and excited. That's how I feel when I finish my projects. I feel like I did something. I'm excited. I can't wait to, you know, give them to people, because I do every single thing that I create. I use it. It's created for a purpose and with an intention. And so, okay, last thing I'm gonna do is I have here a medium whisper white envelope. So I'm just taking the flap and I'm folding it reverse. And I just, you know, make sure it's a nice clean fold there. And I'm gonna take some adhesive. I'm gonna run it close to that fold on top as I can. I'm gonna run it along the bottom, and you can put just a little in the middle. All right, and this is in color DSP. This is that same cinnamon. I don't remember the exact name, something cinnamon. Okay, so I'm taking my envelope, I'm kind of squishing it up a little bit so only the flap is flat. And I'm just gonna take my DSP and I'm gonna have the edges just butt against each other right there. And I do take my bone folder and just kind of run it along, make sure it gets all that adhesive up there. All right, then we grab our snips and I'm just gonna cut right along the edge of the envelope. I'm just gonna, I guess, trace along with my scissors. So this is another really fun, quick way to create coordinating envelopes. So if you guys have been following me for a while, and then you know that I do love to add like a little stamp to the front of my envelope and just really have it coordinate. I just feel like it's that extra touch that makes it feel, you know, polished and complete. So, but this is another way that I do that, you know, by using paper. Okay, so that's that all done. And now we have this, oops, okay, now we have this really pretty envelope. So just a basic white envelope, you can, you know, address it, and then the back coordinates, and it goes like this. So I use that cinnamon because it tied together with these little enamel dots, and I just love the way that brown textured pattern looks on this. You know, those are the details I look for, guys, and I like to believe that when people are, you know, when someone goes to open this, they're gonna see this little cute envelope and they're gonna be like, oh my gosh, and then they're gonna pull this out and it's gonna be like, ta-da, magical. Anyway, that's what I envision happens. So that's it. That's my card, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you follow me on my blog so that you can see current updates. Give my video a like. I'd appreciate all the thumbs ups. And hit the subscribe button for more videos. Thanks so much. Bye.